Okay, still more technical issues, but this one's me, not the computer. So, okay, so we are going to go ahead and talk about some safe essential oil usage for dogs today. So, sorry, we are about 10 minutes late. We're jumping in right away. This is being recorded. So, if you have a friend that you would like to hear this information, you can ask me for the recording and I can get you that as well. So, we'll probably be here for about 30 minutes. So, just a little hello for those of you who don't know me. I am Meredith Bergerson, leader of this Facebook group. Been using and loving essential oils for almost 7 years. I'm a mom to one toddler and one needy little Frenchie, and she has been raised on essential oils. So here is my family that you're seeing, my husband and my son. Now, right in the middle, you are seeing our almost, well, she's 7 years old. She'll be 8 years old, Frenchie, this year. So 7 years and a couple months right now. And she's very gray, very white. So I had to show you over on the right-hand side some baby pictures of her when she didn't have all her gray. She's just the most beautiful brindle. Love her. We got her in February of 2014, and we started using essential oils end of April. Actually bought our oil kit April 1st of 2014. I'm sorry, end of March, we had gotten our samples. We bought our oil kit April 1st. So she's essentially been raised on oils, and including her first she had a spay surgery in June. So then, of course, we used frankincense for her healing there. And I'm going to share some of that and some other tips, things that we've used with her. So I am not a veterinarian. I'm just a mom, and I'm a mom who has loved her essential oils for both my fur babies and my human babies. And I want to share some tips and tricks with you. And I've also had some big wins with essential oils, especially when it comes to bulldogs. Bulldogs can be really extra sensitive to what they need. So I want to just start at the basics here for anybody who might be watching who's literally brand new to essential oils or hasn't even started using essential oils yet. I want to remind you that there's really 3 cool things about essential oils that are great for us humans and really great for our dogs as well. P.S. I am not a cat owner, a bird owner, reptile owner, anything else. So that's why I'm only talking about dogs today, because I'm only speaking from my personal experience. So essential oils are safe. We have no side effects, no addictions. Now I'm going to give you lots of safety tips as we go, particular to dogs. But so listen up for those. But of course, comment anytime with questions, and I will gladly answer you live or come back and answer afterwards. So essential oils are just aromatic compounds that are extracted from the plants, and they benefit the plant and they can benefit us and our dogs as well. They're 50 to 70 times more potent than herbs, so a little bit goes a long ways. And we're going to talk about that little light usage for dogs as we go along. Believe it or not, peppermint is something that we do use with our bulldog. So bulldogs tend to overheat. So I mix a few drops of peppermint essential oil in a big spray bottle of water. And that is what we use after we've been on a long walk or something, or if it's really hot outside, we kind of mist her down to help her cool down a little bit. And I do use peppermint occasionally in my diffuser in the house. We're going to talk about that in a few minutes, and it's never been anything that bothers her. It's also a great oil that we use to deter ants in the house. So if you get ants by your doorways or your window wells, think about our dogs are laying on those surfaces, like your dog lays on your floors, probably oftentimes right in front of a door to watch outside. So there might be ants coming right in. So I don't want to spray with toxic chemicals that my dog is going to be breathing in or licking as she's trying to catch the ant or things like that. So we use peppermint as our ant deterrent spray, and it works fabulous as well. Essential oils are also very effective. So they're effective because they're working at a cellular level in our bodies and our dogs' bodies. Now, our dogs have smaller organs than us, and they process things quicker. So we're going to talk a little bit about some of the oils that we want to avoid for dogs. And in general, just use your common sense when it comes to using essential oils. Remember, these dogs typically, especially, I mean, mine's 30 pounds, so she's quite a bit, lesser weight than I am. So a little bit goes a long ways for them again, but very effective to help them in their healing journeys throughout life with their needs as well. So On Guard, you see listed here as a protective blend for our immune function. We can use this for ourselves, but we can use this for our pets too. So I actually use this in a urinary protocol for my dog that you're going to get at the end of this presentation, because it's one of my most powerful testimonies that I have to tell you about, that we have literally saved thousands of dollars using on our dog. But this would also be a great one if you are worried that your dog, they can get sick too, especially if you are going on vacation and you maybe have to put your dog at a boarding facility. They can get kennel cough, they can get, their immune system can be compromised. So we can use something like On Guard throughout our house. And then again, I use this for all of my cleaning around my house. I actually have the On Guard Cleaner Concentrate. But if you're just starting with essential oils and you don't have the concentrate yet, you can use this oil and mix it with a little vinegar and water in a spray bottle, and it's safe, effective cleaning. And that way, if they lick it, it's totally safe as well. So again, I use this floor cleaning, countertop cleaning. I use this on our tabletop, all sorts of things. So then also essential oils are affordable. So they're really pennies per drop. So you're going to find out that they are more affordable than most of your natural or most of your traditional healthcare that you would do for yourself or your pet. You're going to hear my story. I literally spent over $1,000 at the vet before I trusted my essential oils. Like, I can't even believe I did that. And for just a few pennies, the essential oils solved our problems. I can't wait to tell you guys about that. Lavender is a great oil that you could consider using for your dog for many, many things, but it's great for calming if you have nervous Nelly dogs. It's great for helping them. Maybe they have skin issues. You're going to hear about lavender would be great to use for their skin as well. And then, of course, it's calming to us. So we can use it in a variety of ways. Now, there is also 3 ways that we use essential oils that I'm going to cover really fast here. And I'm going to start giving you the tips for dogs right away. So aromatic usage. This is something that we use for mood management. We use it for air purification. Hello, dogs are stinky sometimes, or sometimes they do silly, stinky things like barf in your bed or on your floors, or you might have a naughty dog who still poo-poos in the house, right? Mine is trained so well, she would never do that. But if you have a dog that does that, sometimes, I mean, I literally have so many friends with stubborn Frenchies who do that on purpose to them. Like, I can't even believe it. So, we need to cleanse the air. So we can use our oils aromatically for that. And they also support and soothe the respiratory system, which again, our dogs need too. So we can use a diffuser. That's what you see pictured here. A diffuser, you add water to it, and then you add a few drops of essential oil. So water-based diffusers are totally safe for your dogs. You don't have to worry about this at all. And what you do is you just turn that on and you run it, and it's cleansing the air. It's also providing, if you're using oils that are providing mood benefits, maybe you're providing oils for respiratory system or their respiratory support, such as kennel cloth. So we're going to give you a recipe for that in a few minutes too. But here's a little sniff test that you do with dogs first, the first time you're introducing essential oils to them. So this is called the sniff test. What you do is you grab an essential oil, just crack the lid. You can either open it all the way, or you can actually just leave the lid on. And now I can smell this oil. This is frankincense. And you would literally just kind of hold it out to the dog. Watch their reactions. If they lean in, if they sniff, if they try licking the bottle, they love it. That oil is for them. If they turn their head away, if they try to back up, move away from you, start pawing at it, pawing at their skin, that is a no. So they're naturally telling you, I don't like that scent. That is not for me. So that's a super fun sniff test you can do with your dogs. Now, I happen to hold up frankincense because it is the first oil we used on our dog post-spay surgery. Frankincense is so soothing. We're actually going to move over. I'm going to tell you about topical kind of with this story. We used it topically along her spay site, along the surgery site, right over the stitches, right around it. And just the aroma of that is so calming, but it's also soothing to scar tissue. It's soothing to skin. It's helps regenerate healthy cells faster. So I think with that being her first true oil experience, and we did it for several days, probably a full week or two, she just fell in love with that scent. So now anytime anybody grabs the frankincense oil in our house and she smells that, she comes running and she will literally start licking your body because she's like, I love it. I love it. I want to get more of that. So it's so fun when you do that smell test and you can tell what oils your dogs love. Every dog is different, just like humans. So just go with it. Also, when you're running that diffuser, if it's an oil that they haven't smelled for the first time or that you haven't done the sniff test with, please do not start the diffuser and then lock them in a room with it or lock them in their kennel where they can't get away if they don't like that smell. So that's just a simple common sense tip that you should do out of just, just concern for your dog to let them tell you what they like and what they don't. I mean, you would hate if you were a non-smoker and somebody shoved you in a bathroom, shut the door, and put a smoker in there with you. You would go bananas, right? So just think about that same thing for your dog, that you don't want to lock them in a room running something that you think smells great that they might not enjoy. So shifting over to topical use. So we can use our essential oils on our bodies and we can also use it on our dogs. It is so great for dogs for localized system Systematic benefits. So if they've got something going on, that skin issue, that post-surgery site, we're going to rub that frankincense right on there, help calm that area. Maybe some lavender. It's also great for immune support for them. So if you have had them in a like a community setting like that with dogs, and you're worried about something for like that immune system that we were talking about, using some of that On Guard topically on them. Digestin, this is a big one. We use that anytime our dog has thrown up or has diarrhea. We use some essential oil right on her belly. So we rub it right on their belly. So what a great thing for dogs to do is to use that carrier oil. You see coconut oil listed here. You want to think about 1 drop of essential oil to 1 teaspoon of that carrier oil, that fractionated coconut oil, for dogs under 20 pounds. Over 20 pounds, you can do 1 drop of essential oil to about a tablespoon of carrier oil. So this is what the bottle of fractionated coconut oil looks like. It's about a 4-ounce bottle. I put a pump top on mine to make it easy, but to be honest, I don't measure. So when I say a teaspoon or a tablespoon, I just do like a pump in my hand, and I roll it right on my dog's belly or right on her belly, on her skin. If you are all about convenience, which to be honest, most of the time I am, you can actually buy these roller balls from doTERRA that are already diluted with that oil. So this is the frankincense. So it's frankincense oil in the roller bottle. They've already added the coconut oil. This is ready to go right on your dogs, also right on yourself. So that it tends to be my go-to, but I want to give you both options. So that way, if you are want to do it yourself, or if you like convenience of having it done for you. We can also use oils internally for dogs, very similar to the way we do for ourselves. So for dogs, we can add it on top of their food. So my dog actually gets a drop of copaiba and a drop of frankincense over the top of her morning food. We can add it to a veggie cap, which is what you see pictured here. It's an empty capsule. And you can stick that in their food and they'll gobble it up, or you can wrap it in whatever their favorite treat is, cheese, peanut butter, whatever. Or you can swipe it in their mouth. So you're going to hear me talk about the urinary protocol in just a few minutes, and that one requires a swipe in the mouth as well. Now my dog, because there's frankincense in that, she happens to just love it. I don't even have to reach in her mouth. I just put the drop on my palm and put my palm out, and she will lick it all right up. Again, every dog is different. So a few general safety protocols for all dogs. We've talked a little bit about this already, but observe their behavior the first time that they're using the oils. We never want to put oils directly in their ears, nose, in their eyes, ears, nose, or genitals. Of course, if they have a skin issue going on, like my dog literally had a bump down by her bum. Yes, I used the oils there. Okay, so use some common sense about that. Regarding their ears, if they have long, shaggy ears like we're seeing pictured here, you don't want to put the oils directly on the tips of their ears. Otherwise, when they shake their head, they could be swiping that right across their eyes, which, owie, that could hurt. Again, we're going to dilute these essential oils when we use it on their bodies. So when we rub them on topically, we're going to use that coconut oil with it. Don't use oils topically if they are on a topical medication currently from the vet. We're using a dermal patch. There's a few oils we're going to avoid, like tea tree. You see that over on the right here, actually. Tea tree tends to process quickly. So tea tree can cause extreme, okay, you guys, I thought I turned my notifications off and somehow they pop back up. I'm having a lot of technology issues today. So tea tree can cause extreme like lethargy. It can cause them to lose control of their hind legs temporarily, but let's just not do that, okay? So rather than tea tree, you can use arborvitae, cedarwood, or geranium. All of them are cleansing to skin, which is what the purpose of tea tree would be for that dog. We're also going to avoid wintergreen, birch, and then heavy oil, or sorry, we're going to heavily dilute hot oils like thyme, oregano, cloves, cinnamon, On Guard. Those are all oils I have used for my dog, and we're just diluting them extra with that coconut oil. We are not going to give them human toothpaste or essential oils in beadlet format or any other products that have xylitol in them. So you want to read ingredients. Even sugar-free peanut butter has xylitol in it. Do not give that to your dogs. You need to pay attention to ingredients. Dogs prone to seizures, you're going to want to mention or ask for additional information. You can actually get a further list of some essential oils you want to be careful about using, because just like humans, certain things can impact and create more seizures. It can happen with dogs too. However, I do have a friend with a Frenchie who has used that frankincense. Frankincense is the bomb, guys. Frankincense, and massages it all over her dog's, her Frenchie's scalp and kind of around the ears nightly before bed to keep that dog from having seizures. So really beneficial to have the oils in your house. So we can use them to help prevent from the seizures, but we also want to avoid some of the oils that could cause additional seizures. So if that's you, reach out, we can get you that list. So wintergreen is like natural aspirin. We're going to avoid that for dogs as well. Instead, to support them with any pain or inflammation they might have, we're going to use the frankincense. Yay, told you it was the bomb. Copaiba, which is like natural CBD without any of the THC effects, or Aroma Touch, which is our massage blend. And for that, for dogs for pain, you're going to massage it where you know they get pain. This is typically hip pain for dogs, joint pain. Now, this is why I put 1 drop of copaiba and 1 drop of frankincense in my dog's early AM food. They can't talk. They can't tell us if they're in pain. So that's considered the senior dog protocols. I do that to help her overall body and to help, it's also going to help with anxious feelings and all sorts of things. So you're going to hear about that coming up too. So instead of cassia, which is a hot oil, it's very similar to cinnamon, we're going to use things like oregano, on guard thyme, and we're going to heavily dilute those. So here's where I start telling you my favorite oils for dogs. And I'm telling you based upon my experience what my favorites are, okay? But you're seeing a whole bunch of options listed here. Digestive support. If you have ever owned a bulldog, you know they got funny, wonky bellies. There are so many things that these dogs cannot eat. They are not your normal dog that you can give like table scraps to. You will have diarrhea for days. You will have stinky gas. You will have burping. You will, I mean, these dogs turn into pigs. They are disgusting if you give them like human table scraps. So Digestin is the one that we prefer the most out of this listing that you see here. Now that one I tend to use right in the rollerball format, and I will roll it right on her belly. And I will also roll it on her back hind paws. So you're going to find out that the back paws are really great reflexology points for our dogs. It's also safe if they lick it. Digestin is a safe for internal use oil. So chances are they're going to lick that off their paws, which is okay. That's going to help their whole digestive system. Now, my dog tends to get, even if she chews on a bone that doesn't sit well with her, which a lot of those nylobones are not actually good for dogs, we can hear her. Sometimes she'll wake up in the middle of the night kind of like doing a dry cough, which usually leads to puking because she's trying to get it out. So we have found that if we hear that dry cough, we just grab the Digestin and roll it on her belly and a little bit on her throat where she's feeling irritated, which helps her go back to kind of producing saliva and swallowing instead of trying to get everything up. So we've had great success with that. Nervous system. So these are the dogs who just need a little extra support because they are maybe themselves a little bit nervous. They tend to get a little bit stressed. They have tension that just kind of irritates them. Again, they can't talk. They can't tell us. I mean, I wish they could, right? So my couple favorites here is Copaiba. This, I have had so many friends tell me, you can do anything with this. You can massage it right on your dog's coat. You can kind of tip their ears a little bit, which is just kind of rubbing it through their ears. You can also add a drop of copaiba to their food, like I mentioned we do with our dog, or I even have a friend who mashes up a couple drops. She has a large yellow lab. She mashes up a few drops in a banana and gives it to her dog before they go on car rides because the car makes the dog really anxious. Now, another great one would be Balance. Balance is an essential oil blend that has all these tree oils blended in, super calming, smells very much like a forest, very soothing. Great one to massage right down their back, kind of pet their head. Maybe this is before you leave the house, before you have to kennel them, before bedtime, before fireworks, things like that. Helichrysum is another great one that I have heard a lot of people say they really love for their dogs. Now, cardiovascular support, endocrine support, couple oils listed here. You're going to see again, Copaiba is just amazing, just like frankincense. So I feel so good that I have incorporated 1 drop of frankincense and 1 drop of Copaiba in my dog's food every morning. Marjoram, cypress, helichrysum, these are all great oils for your dog if you have cardiovascular things going on with your dog. And if you need additional support to their endocrine system, geranium, lemongrass, a few options listed there. These are not oils that I've had to personally use that I can give you a personal testimony to. Immune support, this is great. This is where we talked about the On Guard. Again, Copaiba. So are you seeing that some of these oils go across so many of the different body systems for ourselves and for our dogs? So again, we can diffuse these essential oils and they can receive the benefits. We can put them on them topically, or we could add a drop to their food. Now, some dogs I know are real picky eaters. So far, whatever oil we've put in my dog's food, she has no problem. She just gobbles it right up. I would kind of say well, actually, I'll mention it in this respiratory support coming up. In the muscle and skeletal support for our dogs, we know that they're prone to pain. again, they can't tell us. So giving them a rub down with the Aroma Touch, that's the massage blend, would be a fabulous option. You're not going to grab your Deep Blue. I would advise you against that. It's got the wintergreen in it, and wintergreen is something that we're going to avoid for our pets. So marjoram is great for pain, frankincense is great for pain, and copaiba is great for pain. All great for humans, great for our dogs. So giving them that rub down with that, or maybe you add a little bit while you're bathing them and kind of massage their, like usually when I give my dog a bath, I kind of give her hips a real good kind of massage. So that would be a good time to use these oils as well, potentially, or just afterwards when you're drying them off, kind of rubbing them down. Again, maybe using them in their food as well. And then you'll know, maybe your dog has something where they, you know that there's extra support that they need. Maybe they were, running and playing outside and hurt their leg, or they're just getting older and you can tell they're falling more and having more hip pain. Then start incorporating these essential oils into everyday life. So what about their fur, their skin, their nails? These are real common areas that they need care and that we can use essential oils to care for them. Are you seeing a trend here that frankincense is in like everything? It's like my top oil for dogs. So all of these oils listed here, myrrh, lavender, geranium, roman chamomile, frankincense, all great to support that dog, any skin issue that comes up, anything with their fur. So bulldogs, especially Frenchies, I have found are prone to all these little skin issues. So they might get like a little bump. The first time my girl got a bump on her head, I freaked out. I mean, she was only a year old. I took her to the vet. They told me there was a 50% chance it could be cancerous. Whoa, like, what are you telling me? She's only a year old. So then I scheduled an appointment with a bulldog specific vet because the current vet wanted to put her under anesthesia and wanted to like remove the bump and run a biopsy. And I was like, well, anesthesia is not really great for bulldogs. I'm going to start seeing this bulldog specialist. So I go over, see the bulldog specialist, and she is the one who told me, she was like, first of all, that vet was just trying to get money off of you. She said he knew, when I read his notes right here, he knew that this type of bump is the type that will just harden up and fall off on its own over time. So she said, he listed it, he coded it as that. You just don't know that that's the kind of bump it is. So she said, I am going to tell you, I don't want bulldogs under anesthesia either. So she said, I'm 100% certain this will fall off on its own over time. We don't need to do anything to it. I don't want her to have surgery. I was like, thank God, I don't want to spend, I don't want to do that. And I don't want to spend this like $2,000 that they wanted to have the surgery. And then she said to me, I can give you a little topical ointment if you want to use that to help harden it up quicker and help that fall off quicker so that you feel rest assured that it's gone. So I kind of thought to myself, I bet frankincense would help. And lo and behold, you guys, put the frankincense on, rub it around that little bump, and sure enough, it like fell off within 7 days. Also, so now anytime we have little bumps that come up on my dog's skin, frankincense is our jam. We just give it to her. We put it right on there. We have found out the lavender would work great. Like if your dog has hives, one time my dog did get puffy eyes. She must have like put her head in a bush that, had something that irritated her. Lavender is great to kind of get rubbed right around their eyes to help with that. Benadryl, of course, is what the vet would tell you. You can use your lavender for that, or you can rub their skin down if they've got hives. We found out, so I did use the lavender for the eyes. She was totally fine with that. But since then, when she's had some hives on her back, we have found out she doesn't like lavender. When I pull that out and I put it on her, she turns her head away, and I can tell she doesn't like the smell. She will let me do it, but since I can tell she doesn't like the smell, I avoid that and I move on to, there's other options here. Geranium, frankincense, they're all fine. So a couple DIYs that we use and that I like that I wanted to give you guys over on the right-hand side, if you wanted to take a screen grab of this, you could, is first of all, I want to tell you the best dog wash ever for your dog is a baby shampoo. Seriously, don't go spending big money on expensive dog shampoos. Don't buy the medicated dog shampoos. Don't buy the dog shampoos with tea tree in them. Hello, I just told you tea tree is toxic and hard on your dogs to process, yet there's all these manufacturers with tea tree in their shampoos. So the best dog shampoo is baby shampoo. I love the doTERRA baby shampoo. So if you're watching this and you have a doTERRA membership already, you can just get it at wholesale. If you don't have a membership, you can get a membership and add this on anytime. It's fabulous. And then I want to tell you, you can make a DIY toothpaste. So simple, 2 tablespoons of baking soda, 2 tablespoons of coconut oil. I like to heat the coconut oil up just a little bit so that it's mashable. And then 1 to 2 drops of peppermint oil. mix it up, store it in a container. I just use empty jars. So empty face cream jars that I have, I just clean out, wash it out, keep it around, put the dog toothpaste in there. You don't even have to brush their teeth with it. Coconut oil is so good for dogs that you can literally just take a swipe of it and give it to them and let them just, they'll lick it as they're moving it around in their mouth. It's going to be fluffing their teeth as well. So if you want to get out the toothbrush and brush their teeth, go for it. But even just giving them some of that, like a teaspoon a day, would be great. Here's a DIY paw salve for their paws. Especially important if, like me, I live in Wisconsin, their paws can get ripped up in the winter with, you're out walking your dogs and other people are using non-dog friendly salt. So this is an easy DIY you can make. Nose butter. My dog's nose gets very dry, especially in the winter. You can buy some pretty natural, pretty clean ingredient nose butters for dogs, or you can just use hard coconut oil, not the stuff with the peppermint. Not the stuff you're going to put on their teeth. Just use regular plain coconut oil and just rub it on top of their nose and let that kind of dissolve a little bit, and that'll soften up their nose. And then a DIY owie spray. They get owies too. I mean, they get these bee stings, bug bites, they get itchy paws from, pretty soon it's gonna be spring and we're gonna have wet grassy stuff that makes them itchy. So frankincense, lavender, helichrysum, and then spraying it on that spot. Of course, trying to keep them from licking it would be great, but good luck with that. So respiratory support. Now, here's a recipe for kennel cough that I promised you, 25 drops each of these 3 oils. You can put that in like an empty, like maybe an empty essential oil bottle that you have, or a little glass jar, and you can just put a few drops of that in a diffuser to help them. And then you should also use it on their paws 4 to 6 times a day to help them get through this quicker. But here's the oils that would also be great in your diffuser to help them breathe: Arborvitae, rosemary, cardamom, On Guard. Great options here. So also with respiratory, if your dogs have allergies, mine does, of course, Frenchies have little needs. So with doTERRA, there is a natural allergy tablet called Tri-Ease. It's just a mix of lemon, lavender, peppermint in a little soft gel format. I put one of those in her AM food and one in her PM food, and that seriously helps with all of her sneezing. She would get a lot of skin issues that would come up because of their seasonal allergies stuff outside. And then it also helps with a lot of nose drainage that she has. So, okay, urinary, here's our last one. Here's my big one that I have to tell you guys about. So we have lots of oils that we can help with urinary support for our dogs, from copaiba to zendocrine to lemongrass to juniper berry. However, my personal win and my personal story is my dog is prone to UTIs because she has some inverted lady parts that create extra folds down there and create a lot of extra cleaning, which we are used to, we do. However, she occasionally can just, if it doesn't get clean enough, or if she's outside and the grass has been too long and doesn't get cut well, or she goes potty on somebody else's grass who is long, all that stuff can irritate her lady parts. So typically you can tell that your dog has a UTI or some type of bladder issue if they are trying to go potty a lot. So they're dropping down to potty and it's just little piddles coming out, or if you see blood in their urine, which both of those are symptoms to me. It's coming on, it started, it's here. So I used to take my dog to the vet and they would give you an antibiotic, and the antibiotic has to be taken for 7 to 10 days. Usually I try to give my dog a probiotic with that, otherwise they're going to have diarrhea. So that was just something we kind of got used to. We had to do it a couple times a year usually. And then we had a really bad situation where I literally had taken her to the vet and we went back for 3 rounds of antibiotics. I felt terrible. I also was $1,000 in at this point of just regular vet care, just seeing her, getting the antibiotics, getting the testing done. And I knew myself, if I had a child, I wouldn't give them 3 rounds of antibiotics 3 months in a row. That is way too rough on a digestive system, way too rough on anybody. And I thought, there's got to be an oil blend that works. So I did a little researching, and here's where I want to invite you guys to check out the website, dogoiler.com. Anytime you need a recipe, I find her recipes to be spot on. So if you click on the EO lab area, that is where she has all of her recipes. Now she has to use lingo that is approved, because we cannot use publicly on a website. We can't say things like kennel cough. We can't say UTI. So you have to kind of read behind the lines. Like I think she calls it P-torium blues, meaning we got P issues. Okay, so read between the lines a little bit. But here's the blend. It's 20 drops of frankincense, 10 drops of On Guard, 1 drop of oregano in an empty 15 ml bottle, then you fill it up with coconut oil and you apply that over their kidney bladder area. Just Google that if you need to find out where it is. So it's kind of on their belly, and then I rub it on the top of the back as well. And then 1 drop on the back of their paw between that last toe and the big paw pad. So there's like a little break in it. Right there is where you apply that. And then you will apply 1 drop in their mouth, or like I said, I just put mine in my hand, offer it to my dog, and she licks it up. You're going to do that 3-part routines, all 3 steps, 3 to 4 times a day. You do it for 14 days. Now, my dog, I can always tell she's better by about day 2. There's no more piddling. There's no more blood in the urine. She's happy. She's not whining when she pees. But don't stop at day 2. Just like a doctor would tell you not to stop your antibiotic, continue on and finish out the 14 days. Now, the first time I ever did this, I did take her back to the vet to retest, and they called me back and said, oh, whatever you did worked out perfectly. She has no more UTI. This is amazing. Which I knew she didn't, but I took her back because I wanted the proof. Now, anytime that we've had it since, I don't take her back because I know it's going to work. But I want you guys to be able to trust yourself. So take your dog back to the vet, get them tested, and you'll be super happy. So if you're already watching here and you have a wholesale membership, I'm going to recommend something that you consider purchasing for your dogs in just a second. If you have shared this with somebody who does not have a membership, I just want to tell you there's a couple ways that you can purchase products. You can purchase retail, but nobody on this video is going to do that. That would be if you're like at a chiropractor and you saw some essential oils there that they have doTERRA at the chiropractor, or at a salon or a spa, you're going to pay retail, which is full price. Everybody on here gets an option to purchase at wholesale. Wholesale is your best price. It's like a Costco membership. You buy a wholesale membership once for $35, or you purchase a kit and that $35 is waived, and you get 25% off for a whole year. And you can also join our wholesale below program, which is our loyalty rewards program. It is a program that you get to pick out whatever products you want monthly, have them shipped to you, and you get reward points back for that. So fabulous way to shop. What I want you to know, if you're brand new and you are going to get a wholesale membership for the first time, is there's lots you're going to get from me or from whomever shared this video with you. You're going to get a welcome packet. You have an opportunity for a personal consultation, or you can join a group consultation, which I'll tell you about in a minute. You're going to get access to our VIP educational groups, community giveaways, ongoing support, all sorts of goodies. You're also going to get an exclusive freebie for having been part of this video online class as well. So here's my recommendations. If you're brand new, you don't have an oils membership yet, and you really want to get started using oils for your dogs and for yourself, I would recommend this Healthy Start Kit. It's $160. Now, I did add on the fractionated coconut oil you see there. That bumps it up to $172. You have everything you need here to start using oils in your home for yourself and your dog. You have a diffuser, you have our top 10 essential oils, you have the fractionated coconut oil. You are going to get the Citrus Bliss that you see over on the left. This is our invigorating blend. You're going to get that totally free for being part of one of my video classes. So hold on, you need a promo code to get that free, but consider this a fabulous starter kit for $172. Now, if you're like, I would like, so okay, let me back up. These are 5 ml bottles. These have 8 drops of essential, or 80 drops of essential oil in each. If you want the step up, 250 drops per bottle, this is our 15 ml bottles, and this is $261 with the fractionated coconut oil. Still going to get the free Citrus Bliss. So this is a great option as well. This one has the Copaiba in it and Adaptive, which Adaptive is also really great for stress, for yourself, for your dogs. The previous option right here has frankincense instead. I told you how much I love frankincense. This one does not have frankincense. You could add frankincense onto this if you would like. So then finally, this is what I recommend if you already have an essential oil membership. I would recommend you get yourself this touch kit so that you have all the top essential oils in the diluted rollerball format to start using with your dogs right away, minus tea tree that you see in the middle, the Melaleuca. You're not going to use it on your dog, but you're going to use it on yourself all the time anyways. If you are brand new and you don't have a membership yet, you can actually purchase this as your membership kit if you would like, and you will still get the free Citrus Bliss too. So that's an option as well. And then just a reminder, for being part of this exclusive video, you will get the free Citrus Bliss if your order is between 100 and 299 PV. If it's over 300 PV, so if you bought that kit in the middle and you wanted to add frankincense, and maybe you wanted to add the dog shampoo right away, which is baby shampoo, or anything else to it and you get over 300 PV, you're going to get both of these. You're going to get Citrus Bliss plus Adaptive, which is really awesome. If you decide to join our loyalty rewards program order the next month, so that's March, so the next month would be April, and you order over 100 PV, again, you pick up whatever you want. We're going to talk to you about this later. You will get an additional $25 in free oil credit. So lots of incentives for being part of this or for sharing this with a friend if they want to grab the incentives. Now we do have 2 diffuser combos on sale this month. This is for maybe you want to get the oil for your dogs, but then you want to treat yourself, or you want to have an extra diffuser, one for your bedroom, one for your living room. You can pick out on the left the La Luz diffuser with wild orange and peppermint. You can add that on, it's $59. Or on the right, you can add the Dawn. It's a humidifier and diffuser all in one with On Guard and Breeze for $88. So mention that to us if you would like to add that on. So now you're like, oh my gosh, lady, what am I going to do? Okay, if you already have a wholesale membership, I recommend you get some of the oils that we talked about. If you are brand new and you don't have an essential oil membership, you need to text me or the person who sent you this class so that we can help you pick out which one of those packages would be best for you. I also need you to text me, no matter what, even if you are going to get the kit with somebody else, I need you to text me your name and your email address and say dog class so that I can add you to my class list online so that you qualify for the freebie. It's just the way that doTERRA is going to track getting your email address to your order to make sure you get the freebie in your order. So my phone number that you can text me at is 920-550-6291. New members, when you are actually purchasing that kit online, you're going to use this promo code that you see listed right here. This USDC121NZK at your checkout. It's in right when you get to like the screen before you put in your credit card information. It'll say promo code, and you're going to put that promo code in, and that's how you're going to get the free Citrus Bliss with your order. And then mark on your calendars March 29th at 8 p.m. Central to join our group new member wellness consult, or plan to book a 30-minute private consult with myself or the person who sent you this video. Now, if you're like, how can I get even more oils? I do want to offer you that you can get this super fun little keychain filled up with mini essential oils, so you can take your oils on the go for hosting your own essential oil class. So if that interests you, comment, let me know. Thank you for being here. Most everybody that's listening and watching will want to live this wellness lifestyle. And I am so grateful for you guys. These are happy customers, and we love using our essential oils, and we love you for using your essential oils. Some of you might be interested in sharing and hosting a class. I would love to help you get some additional free product or help you start earning some money. And some people, when they listen to me teach, they're like, they heard how many times I said, or how many times I messed up. And they're like, girl, I could do better than you. Totally fine. Or they're like, hey, it looks like you're having fun. I want to do that with you. Yay, do that with me. And you can actually build a wellness business with me right here online. That's what we're doing in today's world. We are building right online, and we are impacting and changing lives around us and making money and having fun while we do it. So if that is something you're interested in, reach out. I want to make sure you understand what we have available to you. So I am going to go ahead and say bye-bye. Go ahead and drop me any questions, comments that you have. I'm going to get the recording ready. And I look forward to talking to you guys and hearing how you're using your oils with your dogs.